Alright guys, real quick, I want to show y'all my new apron. I bought it at Hobby Lobby today. They were on sale, 40% off. And it has pockets. How cute is that? Okay, so for dinner tonight, we're going to be making just something really simple. It's a grilled chicken salad, but not too simple. I'm going to add some stuff to it. So what I like to do is, I like to cut off the fat first. Alright, so I'm going to grab a skillet. I'm going to grill up my chicken here on the stove. I'm going to add some olive oil. So I have my 4 pieces here. And this is my go-to rub for chicken. It's the chupacabra rub. Alright, so my pan is hot. So we're going to add our chicken seasoned face down. So I went ahead and seasoned the other side, and now I'm going to put a lid on it. So while my chicken is cooking, I have all my fixings. We're going to add some strawberries. We're going to add some avocado. I'm going to add an apple, some apple pieces. And then this, I actually poured it into this container, but this I bought at my local grocery store. And it's a little package, and they sell it over there where they have like the dressings and like the bacon bits, and it is pecans with cranberries, and it's like a salad topper. And I'm gonna add some cheese. I'm gonna use up what I have, so this is what I have, Mexican blend. And then of course I'm gonna use this. They sell it like this at my grocery store. They have a bigger box, but this is the smaller one, and it's the 50 blend, and it has baby spinach and it's the spring mix. This already comes ready to use. It's already pre-washed, just like that. Cheese, add it to the middle, and these are the dressings we're going to use. I prefer balsamic vinaigrette. My husband's a Thousand Island guy, so here's one of the chickens. You see how it caramelizes? Oh, I just love it. It's good. So we're going to go ahead and slice this up. We're going to go against the grain so that way it can look nice and pretty. Here's my chicken. And this is what we're going to have for dinner tonight. Just something nice and good, healthy. Alright guys, so for dinner tonight, we're going to be making some stuffed poblano peppers. So here I have a skillet. I've already preheated it. I'm going to add a pound of ground beef. So what I have here is 4 poblano peppers, which I've already rinsed and dried. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them open, I'm going to de-seed them, and I'm going to split them in half. So my ground beef is still browning over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain out the oils and the waters that come out. Okay, so now to our cooked beef, we're going to add a tomato. This is 1 whole diced tomato. This is half of a white diced onion. And this is 1 clove diced of garlic. We're going to add that to the ground beef. Now to this, we're going to add a teaspoon of ground cumin. And we're going to add a teaspoon of kosher salt. Go ahead and give it a mix. Alright, so you want to let it cook until you see the onions starting to soften. So now to this, you're going to add probably like a little handful of cilantro. I'm going to bring it to the side. And then I'm going to add maybe like half a cup of shredded mozzarella cheese right on top. Now I've already preheated my oven to 400 degrees. You want to grab a foil lined baking sheet like this, one that has like a rim to it. We're going to add some olive oil to the pan. So now we're going to grab our peppers and we're going to start stuffing them. Alright, so they should look something like this. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now I'm going to stick it into a preheated 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for the peppers to get soft. So I just took them out of the oven. This is how they look. So now we're going to switch the temperature setting in the oven to broil because we're going to melt some cheese. We're going to top it. Alright, so we're going to stick this back into the oven. Keep an eye on it. Maybe 2 minutes just until the cheese melts. Alright, so this is how it looks. The camera's not giving it justice, but I'm looking in the camera and it looks burnt, but it's not burnt. It's perfectly browned. Cheese is melted just beautifully, and then I like to serve it with a little side salad. And this is what we're gonna have for dinner tonight. Alright guys, so for dinner tonight we are going to be grilling up some boneless chicken thighs. So what I'm doing here is I'm gonna work on a marinade. So what I have here is you're gonna need 4 limes. You're gonna need the zest and the juice of the limes. So now you're gonna need about a cup of cilantro. So you're gonna want to grab like a food processor. You can even use a blender. I have this. So okay, you're going to add your lime juice, the zest. You're going to add the cilantro. The cilantro is only about a cup. So you're going to add 2 tablespoons of honey. You're going to add half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. You're going to add a tablespoon of comino. You're going to add a teaspoon of kosher salt. And then you're going to add about a half a teaspoon of freshly ground pepper. So we're going to add that in there, and then we're going to blend it for about 30 seconds. Alright, so it should look something like this. So here I have 8 pieces of boneless chicken thighs. You want to reserve about a 1/3 cup of it because you're going to use it to baste it if you're going to be grilling it on the barbecue pit. And then we're going to pour the rest of it over the chicken. Now I'm using a bowl because I don't have one of those big gallon size Ziploc bags, but that would work better. So you want to marinate this for about 30 minutes to an hour before grill time, or you can even marinate it overnight. Really quick, it turns out that I do have gallon size Ziploc bags. I don't know, I didn't pay attention. Okay, it happens. So I'm going to transfer it in there. This is how it looks. Let's take out all the air. There we go. So I'm going to stick this into the fridge until we're ready to grill. Okay guys, so my chicken's been marinating for an hour. I still have it in the fridge. So I'm going to start working on my side dish, which is going to be like a pasta, asparagus, lemon flavored, something like that. So here I've already rinsed and dried my asparagus. I have one whole bunch, which is about 16 spears. We're going to cut them into 1-inch pieces. So you want to grab a bowl, put them inside the bowl. So you're going to add them to your bowl, and then to this you're going to add a tablespoon of olive oil. You're going to add a tablespoon of olive oil. So you're going to season it with salt and some pepper. We're going to toss it in there. Okay. So now you're going to grab a baking sheet, something like this, and you're going to spread it in there evenly. And then you're going to grab some butter. Okay, so now you're going to place this into a preheated 400-degree oven for about 15 minutes. Alright, so while your asparagus is in the oven, I went ahead and grabbed a pot of water. We're going to get it to a boil. We're going to be boiling some pasta. This is the pasta I'm using, and you're going to use 1 pound of pasta for this dish. So here's my asparagus. It just came out of the oven. Right, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set it to the side. Alright, so my pasta is ready. Okay, so this pasta can be served cold or even hot. I'm gonna do it cold, so I'm gonna pour out my pasta into my strainer. And I need to cool it, so I'm gonna run some cold water on it. Just like that. Our asparagus and our pasta are cooling. We're gonna go ahead and cut up some green onion. We're gonna cut up some green onion, and we're gonna cut up some parsley. We're gonna grab a bowl. Into this, we're gonna add our pasta. I need a bigger bowl, so we're gonna use this one instead. So to the bowl, we're gonna add our asparagus. Okay. So now we're gonna grab some sun-dried tomatoes, and you wanna make sure they're packed in oil. So we're gonna have to chop up about half a cup. We're gonna grab our bowl again, and we're gonna add our sun-dried tomatoes. We're gonna add our green onion. We're gonna add our parsley. All right, so now we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of the oil that comes in the jar of the sun-dried tomatoes. So we're gonna add the 2 tablespoons of the oil. Okay. We're gonna add a half a cup of Parmesan grated cheese. I think it's pretty much everything I have in this little jar. I zested a lemon earlier, so you're also going to need 1 whole lemon, the zest of the lemon and the juice. And let's cut up that lemon. Right. And let's go ahead and juice it in there. I will show you how my whole dinner comes together, but I will link the recipe down below where I got this from.
See that, Pops?
Alright guys, so here's our chicken. My husband grilled it out in the barbecue pit for how long?
45.
And this is how they look. Now that extra marinade that I put off to the side, he basted the chicken. Every flip. Okay. So this is how the chicken looks. See? Look at that. Alright. Alright guys, so here's our plate, and this is what we're gonna have for dinner tonight.